My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be trying out the IBY Beauty Superbloom palette, and this looks even prettier in person. After I bought it, I kind of thought, did I really need that? The answer is still no, but I think I'm going to get more use out of it than I thought, because even though of course my eyes are drawn right here to the blues and purples, which there are not many of them, there are some really pretty pinks in here, and then there's an orange, and then these are kind of basic shades that I do use. And even this is like a kind of like a cranberry kind of color. Notice I didn't point out any of the browns. I think what I'm actually going to start with today is my Moda contour brush, and I want to see if I can use Flower Child as a highlighter, because I didn't put any on yet. See if I can really get in there. See a little bit. Honestly, sometimes what I do with highlighters is I just use my finger, even though this is an eyeshadow. This is like a champagne-y gold color. And kind of just blend it in. It's a little better. I'll show you in natural light as I usually do. There are so many different things I want to do, but today I'm going to start with my dollar store brush and Cream Cup. Okay, that's an interesting name. I'm going to use that to set my eyeshadow primer. I just realized I forgot to put primer on one eye and not the other. So right now both eyes are primed. Yeah, I would say Cream Cup, I guess, is a good name because it's like a cream color, not quite white, it's slightly yellow. Then I'm going in with this fluffy brush here that I still don't remember what it is, and I'm going into Golden State, which is a yellow gold color, and that's going to be my transition shade. I have a feeling I'm going to have to go in with a different brush to really get it to show up. That is the experience that I've had so far with yellow IBY shadows. Doesn't mean they're not workable, just need to apply them differently. So I'm going to use my IBY crease brush instead. Really try to pick that up and put that in there. That's better. Okay, let's see. I'm also going to take Antelope Valley. I'm assuming these are all like places in California or California related, right? It's based on like the flowers of California. And same brush, taking that orange shade, and I'm going to put that deeper into the crease. It is a very nice orange. Also, this palette has the same scent as the Enlighten palette. So I tried to describe that the best I could. Kind of like a green, earthy, a little bit floral, a little bit fruity scent. I think I blended too much over there. So what I did was I just kind of added some of the yellow again. It might have been a mistake. Why does this eye always do that? Always looks different than this eye by like a lot. Taking my dollar store brush back into Cream Cup just to see if I can... Oh, Cream Cup is very yellow. Okay, when you really like pack it on. Alright, well now we learned, and now of course I'll have to do it to this side too. Now we know. Alright, throwing a little more orange in there. Now I have hooded eyes, as you know. I'm going to try and fit another color in there. I don't know how well that's going to work. I'm going to go in with Ladybug, which is a bright poppy pink red color. Oh boy, that's a lot. Okay, wait. I don't want that much. And let's see if I can put that really deep into my crease. It's kind of getting all over. That is no fault of the shadows. It's just that I don't have a lot of space here. Okay, doing my best. It's a pretty shade. I just don't have a lot of room in this part of my eye. Really in any part of my eye. I have small eyes, small lids, small creases, small everything. The only thing not small about me is my height. Well, I guess and my nose and my ears. I grew into my feet though. I'm gonna go in with Bluebell, which is a pretty royal blue, almost purple shade. That's pretty. And I'm gonna put that, I think, on the outer half of my lid. Why not? Very pretty. Getting a little messy. And again, that's no fault of the shadow. Well, this is the fault of the shadow, but up here, just like I said, I just don't have enough room. I feel like the Technicolor commercial. If anyone's old enough to remember that. I'm not, but I've seen it on like my parents' videos and stuff. And I think for the inner half, I'm going to use CA Poppy, which is a shimmery orange. And then good luck to me blending these together. Put some more Bluebell. I feel like Bluebell has to be built up a little more, which of course is unfortunate because I like the blue best, but it is what it is. We'll deal. I feel like that's more of a true shimmer satin-ish, the orange shade. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, start with Golden State, and run that all across my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take Ladybug and put that like closer to the lash line. Probably should have used my other brush for this, but here we are. And then I'm finally going to switch to that brush that I showed have before. It's my brush from Wish, which is basically similar to the one I just used. And I'm going to go into Bluebell and put that on the outer half maybe. No, it does not want to go. This shade seems to definitely be better with a finger than a brush. So you know what, that's what I'll do. I'll use my finger, see if I can put some more in, and then blend it out. Not exactly what I was going for. I'm gonna take this tiny brush again and go back into Ladybug and try to bring some of that pink back. That's better. And I'm going to take my dollar store brush into Flower Child and use that as my brow bone highlight, as well as on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, and we're going to put it on my inner corner as well. Lately I've been doing a lot of inner corner work, I don't know, just to try to clean up messes that I make. I feel like my eyes are getting used to it, but they still get irritated sometimes. The shade is not as metallic as you think it is, unless, let's see, if I take it on my finger, yeah, even then it's pretty subtle, so better, but yeah, it's actually pretty thin and subtle. Yeah, I'll throw a little more up there, because why not? This suddenly became the fingers challenge. Yeah, I think that could have come out better if I had more eye space, but I think it looks nice. And I just realized I kind of look like the palette itself. Alright, so yesterday's look wore fairly well. It looked like it faded a tiny bit and moved around a little bit, like the shadows like blending into one another, but also keep in mind how many I put on my hooded eyes. Also, I went in the pool. I didn't put my head under the water, but you know, you splash around, it probably got a little wet. So I'm going to start with my dollar store brush and setting my eyeshadow primer with Cream Cup again. And today I did only put primer on this eye right here, so we'll see what happens. Next I'm going to use this fluffy brush here and go into Ladybug, and that's going to be my transition shade. I'm going to clean that off and just try to blend it in. Next I'm taking my IBY crease brush and I'm going into Crimson Heat, which is kind of like a burgundy shade. And that's going in my crease. Ooh, that's nice. I like this one a lot. And then just cleaning it off and blending it a little more. For my brow bone highlight, I'm using my dollar store brush in Flower Child. I think I'm going to take some of Crimson Heat and put that on the outer third of my lid. It's a little messy. I think part of it's the shadow and part of it's just me. Now there are quite a few similar pinks in here. These three. This one definitely looks most shimmery. These are maybe more of a satin finish. Well, I think first I'm going to go with Copa de Oro. I know Oro is gold. Looks like a rose gold color. I wonder if that's what Copa means. No, Rosa is rose, right? Over 10 years of Spanish, and I can't remember anything. Lo siento to my Spanish teachers. Oh. That's what it came out like. So, it's like rose gold when you look at it, then when you turn it, it's more of a gold, and on your finger, it's more of a gold. Whatever, let's try it. Pretty. Not the look I was expecting because I thought that was going to be more rosy. That's okay. Let's try In Bloom because that looks like the lightest and most shimmery of the pinks. And I think that's what I need right now. Even this has a little gold to it. It doesn't look like it in the pan. That's going on my inner third. Next I'm going in with this tiny brush here, and I'm going into Crimson Heat. This is from Wish, and it's very similar to the BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 that I have. And I guess I'm just going to mimic what I have on the lid as usual. So I'm going in with this Copa de Oro shade. I feel like that's a tongue twister. Maybe because I know how it should be pronounced and I don't want to mess it up. Oh well. And then finally In Bloom. the shimmery pink. So this was definitely not the look I was expecting to get, but I actually really like it. I feel like a flower. So the look from the other day wore just fine. I didn't really see much of a difference between the primed eye and the eye that wasn't primed. Today we're going to go pretty neutral. I'm starting with my dollar store brush and going into Cream Cup to set my eyeshadow primer as per usual. And in case you didn't notice, I finally cleaned my brushes. I'm going to use my fluffy brush from Wish and go into Overlook Trail, which is a matte light beige. But there's two beiges in here. This one's a warmer beige, the other one's a cooler beige. So this is going to be my transition shade. And just blend it out a little bit with a clean brush. Next, I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going into Canyon, which is chocolate brown, a little bit of red to it. And that's going in my crease. You know what, I think I want that a little bit darker, so I'm going in with my IBY crease brush to really kind of pack that in. It definitely comes out quite warm once you put it on your eyes. Okay, next I'm going to take Canyon again, and I'm going to put that on my pinky and put that on the outer third of my lid. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely looks darker in the pan than it is on my eye. I feel like that happens with quite a few IBY shadows, or at least the ones I've been trying out lately. Next, I'm going to take Phenomenon, which is like a goldy bronze copper color. It's a shimmer. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of reminds me of the Dominique Cosmetics, the coppery one in there, in the Rustic Glam palette. And I'm going to put this on the inner 2/3 of my lid. Yeah, now it's pulling like really copper. And just blend it in. Then I'm going to take my dollar store brush again and go into Flower Child. And that's just going to be my brow bone highlight. And then I lied, it's not going to be all neutral. I have to use that Bluebell shade on my lower lash line. So I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. And I'm going to see if I can do that. I really want it to come out blue, but it keeps coming out like very purple. So what I actually did, I actually wet my brush now, and I'm going to try that. Don't think I wet it enough. That didn't work. Oh, I'm going to go in with my pinky, as I do sometimes. Even that looks like purpley. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh, that's a lot. Oh no. That was so not the plan. Alright, so the lip doesn't really match because I had chosen it beforehand because I thought this look was going to be more neutral. So just so you know, I feel like the colors in this palette pull warmer than they might appear if they look like they might be neutral or even a little more cool toned in the pan. So instead of getting a neutral look with a pop of blue, it looks like I ended up with a warm coppery look with a pop of purple. So I forgot to take a picture of yesterday's look, I'm sorry, but yesterday's look wore just fine. I already set my eyeshadow with Cream Cup. Now I'm using my fluffy brush from Wish, and I'm going to use the cooler toned beige over here. So if you see the two, this one's a little cooler and a little bit darker, it seems. And we're going to use that as my transition shade. Honestly, I don't see much of a difference as I blend it out between this and yesterday's transition shade. So I want to see how much of a difference there is between the two purples. They look to be more satin than like shimmers or metallics, especially this one. So I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 30 on it, and I'm going to start with Lake Elsinore. What? Is that a place in California? I don't know. But I'm going to take that and see if I can use that. Oh, a lot came off in my crease. Yeah, okay, that's working. You can also see the allergic reaction I have peeking through my bangs. What caused it? I don't know. But my whole forehead is just like a sight, and not a good one. I like that. That worked out. I'm going to see if I can deepen it up a little more with my IBY crease brush. Looks like the other brush may have worked better, actually. You know what I think might work well for this? One of those sponge tip applicators that most people hate, that I don't mind. I've not used one in a long time though, actually. So I'm going to take that same shade and put that on my outer third of my lid. And then I'm going with Lupine, which is the shimmery other purple. It's a little lighter. I'm going to put that on the middle of my lid and blend it in. Yeah, okay, there is a difference. Like I said, this one was also a little shinier. And then I think I'm going to put Flower Child on the inner third of the lid. Mix some neutrals with color for a change. Then I think I'm going to take this tiny brush from Wish and use that deeper purple shade and put that on the outer third of my lower lash line. And then I think I'm going to take the same brush and use Wildflower, which is this warm pink, almost coral peach satin. I'm going to put that on the inner 2/3 of my lower lash line. Oh, that's bright. Honestly, that could probably be used as a matte. Alright, and that is today's look. I feel like the purples are definitely blending into one another, but I don't know, maybe if you layer them more than I did, you'll see more of a difference. And also, I think the lighter purple wouldn't work in the crease like the darker purple would. I forgot to take a picture of yesterday's look again, but it wore generally okay, but it did fade a little bit. So definitely some of the distinction between the two purples got lost, but it was also very hot yesterday. It was over 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Even though that has not affected my eyeshadows so far, but who knows. So today I'm going to use the last three shades that I have not used yet, which are Antelope Valley, Painted Lady, and Sunset Glow. I'm going to start with my fluffy brush from Wish. By the way, I already set my eyeshadow primer with Cream Cup as I've been doing, and I'm going to start with Antelope Valley, which is this bright matte orange. I only want a little bit though. That's going to be my transition shade. I have a feeling this can really be built up, but I'm not going to do that today. Next, I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it into Painted Lady, which is a more burnt matte orange. I saw the Painted Ladies when I went to California years ago. They were very nice. They were not this color though. So this is going in my crease. I'm not seeing a major difference between the two, but I think if I had used this one to its full potential against that one, you would see more of a difference. Also, ignore the purple staining from yesterday's mascara. I'm going to use Sunset Glow all over my lid. And it's kind of like an orangey bronze copper kind of color. So we're kind of going for an orange bronze smoky kind of eye today, because that's what's left. Now I do try to plan some of the looks so that I can use every shade in the palette, but I don't try them out beforehand, and sometimes things change. For the lower lash line, I'm going in with this tiny brush from Wish, and I'm gonna start with Painted Lady and put that in. Wow, that's bright. So things are not always true to pan here. I think we've seen that through the videos I've been doing. So maybe there's not that much of a difference between these two after all. But I'm putting that all the way across my lower lash line, pretty tight to the lower lash line. My plan was to blend that out with Antelope Valley, but I don't know if that's going to work now, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm using my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, basically a bigger version of what I just used. I'm going to tap Antelope Valley pretty lightly and use that to blend it out. Yeah, not much difference. And you know what, I think I'll take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and use a little bit of Flower Child on my inner corners. Just a little bit, because I made a mess. I have to say, I kind of like that Sunset Glow shade. It looks more brown in the pan, it comes off more copper on the lid, or like a copper bronze, and it even has like the tiniest hint of pink in it. It's kind of an interesting shade. I definitely don't have anything like it, but if you're more of a neutral eyeshadow person, maybe you do. Alright, so to finish off, I'm going to do swatches, starting with Cream Cup, the matte cream, then Overlook Trail, the warmer beige, Copa de Oro, that interesting gold color, Phenomenon, which is like a coppery color, Hillside, which is the cooler beige, Flower Child, the shimmery cream champagne color, In Bloom, the shimmery pink. Let's see if I can get a little more off there. Wildflower, which is, I don't know, it's like a satin coral, I guess. Okay, or it comes off like hot pink. CA Poppy, which is the shimmery orange. Golden State, which is the matte yellow. Let's see if I could put a little more on there. And we have Lupine. I'm gonna say these to the best of my ability. It's just the shimmery purple, the lighter purple. Blossom, which is a satin coral, I guess. Still comes out kind of hot pink like the other one. This one's a little warmer though. Ladybug, which is a vibrant pink red matte. Painted Lady, matte burnt orange. Antelope Valley, the matte bright orange. That didn't come out that bright. Lake El Signore. I wonder if that's supposed to be El Signore. I don't know. But it's the deeper shimmer purple. Bluebell, which is the blue, but it comes off more purple. Like in comparison, it looks blue, but I mean, you saw what it did on my eyes. And also, I mean, you could see this as like an indigo or a blue tone purple as well. Crimson Heat, which is like a burgundy-ish color. Matte. I like that one a lot. Canyon, the matte brown. And Sunset Glow, the shimmery bronze color. There you go, there's all of them. So my final thoughts on this palette. Overall, I do like it. I like it more than I thought I was going to like it because I bought it, it was on sale, I liked some of the colors. Like I said, I want to use this in conjunction with the other IBY palettes I bought as well as my poolside palette, but I was kind of looking at just these colors, but I actually found some other ones that I really like too. So I think I got more than what I thought I was going to get out of this palette. However, my biggest complaint, I guess, is that the shades aren't true to pan, which I know that happens with a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I hate when it does, no matter what eyeshadow palette it is. But I think there's more variety in here than maybe you think there is. Also, I believe this video is going up on Father's Day, so happy Father's Day. And that's it for today. I hope you have a good day, no matter what it is you're doing. Bye. See you next time.